Here at the zoo, we have a pair of Tomistomas. We have a male and a female. The male is Elvis, and the female is Priscilla.
15 feet. 15 feet.
Currently, Tomistomas are listed as vulnerable. I kind of expect them to maybe slide back towards endangered.
Until the crocodile.
The Bronx was one of the first facilities to actually reproduce Tomistomas in captivity. Their populations in the wild are declining. Their populations here in the zoo are not currently very high. And so we're hoping that we can actually help contribute to the population here in the US by getting some reproduction out of the pair that we have here. This is the first year that she really moved this far along in the reproductive cycle. We could see that her midsection had kind of become distended like it usually does when she's holding eggs. When she finally did lay an egg in the water, it was already rotten. And the concern is that she had a belly full of rotten eggs, which if something were to happen where they were to rupture, then she's got this recipe for disaster.
We were really excited that we were going to have eggs again. Obviously, there's an issue, and now we have to find out what the issue's about. What we're going to do today is restrain her, and they'll do blood work and x-rays to try to see what's going on inside.
Jim's actually helping us with this capture today, which is great. He's got a lot of experience in the field. He's caught crocodilians before.
A reptile house staff is a relatively small staff, and this is a relatively large animal. The restraint could be complicated. You want to do it in such a way that you don't stress the animal. So I always like to make myself available to help those guys.
All right, we should only need 2, but we're gonna bring 4, just in case.
Perfect.
It goes wrong. First thing we do before we start a capture is we go in and we use a zip tie to close the jaws, and this kind of takes away their ability to grab onto something, twist, and break their snout. It offers us a little safety too, but it's more for the animal. In theory, with the zip ties on, they can't bite you, but we always have it in the back of our mind that they can break those zip ties. In order to get the zip tie onto Priscilla, it's a large cable tie. And on the end that you would pull, there's a small hole and that we can attach some string to. I'm gonna show you how to do this first one because I'm gonna need you to reload it for me.
10-4.
We run that string down a small piece of PVC pipe.
Oh, that's very clever.
And then I can use the same pole to help close the zip tie on her snout. She awake. What we're most concerned about with capturing Priscilla is the jaws. They're dangerous animals all around. You don't want to be hit by their tail. You don't want them to roll on top of you. You don't want them to step on you. But the #1 priority is stay out of the mouth. We want to try to do this without pissing her off. She's a little bit on to us. It really is. They are powerful animals, and they can really cause some damage if you were to make a poor decision. But we're going to try to do this as low stress to the animal as possible. We are concerned that she has eggs, so we don't want to risk cracking them. So we're going to try not to put anyone on the back of the animal today. We're going to aim for a rope around the neck and one front leg, and then using that same rope, we'll put a half hitch on her snout to control the swing of the head. She's zip tied right now, but we're still treating her as a dangerous animal. She can still swing her head. She's got exposed teeth, so we still got to watch out for her. And then hopefully once we're there, we can get the radiographs done quickly and the vets can get everything else they need to done quickly. Everyone ready?
Brad, set up now.
All right, we good? Yeah, that's at least a good start. We can adjust it if we need to, but I think, watch her. I'm sorry. Oh. These are incredibly powerful animals, so a lot of times, we can't really fully control them, even with 3 or 4 people on the rope. If we can just keep her head going this way, we'll come around this side and get the tail rope on.
So,
And then
she's coming.
hold on.
Oh, that's no good.
See if we can let her back up just a little bit.
Give her some slack. That.
Pull the tail. There we go. Nope.
Rolling.
Crocs will roll for defense, so if something's got a hold of them, usually another crocodile, they roll to try to break away.
Rolling. I'm just trying to protect that snout.
Oh, roll. Ready? Yep, go. You got the tail? I got the tail. All right, not on her belly.
No. Pull this rope from me, somebody. Nope, the other way, the other way. This way. Okay, the tail's good.
Great. Good, good,
Good, good, good, good.
Good. Easy, girl. Good, good. All right, one more time.
She's coming.
Almost there. There we
Beautiful.
go. Very nice.
Fire. There you
That's
go.
where we want her. So the vet's coming in. They've brought a portable x-ray machine to try to get some x-rays of the animal.
I think it's okay. I'm gonna start with pelvis.
Get Avi a gown. Put this on.
There's a couple things we're looking for with our x-rays. We're looking to see if there's eggs in her belly, and if there are, how many they are. There's an infection outside of her uterus, inside of her belly. That's a pretty serious condition, so that would be a pretty negative finding if we found that.
Next one. Yeah, I think that's a show.
Or is that one egg? Or...
I think it's one egg.
John's gonna try to stick for some blood, guys.
When I put the needle in, she might flip.
So you got that?
Yep. We gave her 2 treatments. We gave her oxytocin, which is to contract the uterus, so to try to get her to actually squeeze the uterus and lay the eggs. The other injection that we gave her was oxytetracycline. It's an antibiotic in case there is some underlying infection.
Watch her.
I don't feel anything that's unstable. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna wait and see. And we're hoping to see if she'll lay some eggs. We'll give her a couple days to see if what we gave her today works.
Avi doesn't sweat, he glistens.
Okay, so we're good with the blood, we're good with the x-rays, we're good with the ultrasound.
I think that's it.
We are still concerned about this animal, and we won't be totally relieved until she passes these eggs that she's been retaining. But going through what we did today, I mean, this was the best case scenario that we could have hoped for.
So what we found is everything looks pretty good in there. An egg or 2 is not really a big deal, even if they don't come out. They'll probably just sit there for a long time. They may pass some time from now, but they're really unlikely to cause an infection. So it makes us all feel like we can just relax, and we know now that we don't have to be so worried about her.